Greetings, classmates and Mrs. Alarcon. This is my video commentary for Week 1, Project 1, Mobile Interfaces and Usability 1211. What part of the assignment was the easiest and why? Creating the call to action was the easiest because it was the graphical design aspect of the project. The only coding I had to do was placement on the page. What part of the assignment was the most difficult and why? The most difficult part for me was the search feature because I wanted to use a graphical button, but no matter how much research I did and how many different ways I attempted to make the graphical search button show up, which was a round button with a magnifying glass, it wouldn't. So I decided to suffice and meet minimum requirements. What information from previous courses did you utilize to complete this project? We didn't really focus a lot on HTML or CSS. In previous courses, we mostly focused on the JavaScript, which wasn't used this week. I just used previous knowledge from a web development degree to get this week's assignment accomplished. What information did you research to complete this week's assignment? I researched the drill down method of linking. Of course, this week we are only linking to a 404 error page, but I have sites saved for reference for next week's assignment, and it even helped me with the simplest part of the app, which was the HTML and CSS layout and structure. Was there an aha moment this week? If so, what was it? No aha moments for me this week. This week was a by the skin of the teeth with no time to reflect, think, or absorb what I was doing. What do you think of client-side mobile development so far? It's interesting. I'm still trying to catch my breath and absorb everything. I'm not so much learning and retaining information as I am participating, watching the videos, and doing the work. The retention has not been there, so it's made it a little more difficult because I have to go back and re-research what has already been covered. How is the feature, search, browse pattern you've incorporated into your CRED application this week improved its usability? This week it isn't a functioning feature, so it has only added attractive features to the application. It's all been design-oriented this week. In week 2, I suspect those features will come in very handy. My application is a calendar of sorts to store special occasions like birthdays, graduations, births, anniversaries, and Christmas. For the browse feature, I chose to pull data for occasion, last name, sex, spend, and state. I chose to place occasion in my browse because it's the main purpose of my application, to store special occasions. I chose to list last names so you could see the person you've stored. You need to know who you will be buying a gift for. I suspect at some later date I may enhance this and do a last name and first name sublink in case there are multiple people with the same last name, as is often the case in families. I chose to place sex in browse because it helps you when you are shopping to know the sex of the person you're buying for. I chose to place spend and browse because it's always important to know how much money you plan on spending on a gift to help you budget your finances. And last but not least, I chose to place state and browse in case you have any out-of-state contacts you may need to ship your gift to. It's important to know that so you don't miss that special date. Have you identified other instances in your application where the interactivity could be improved to be more usable? At this point, I haven't identified other instances that could be improved. I suspect by week 2 or the last 2 weeks I will find many improvements for the project. How do you anticipate Project 2 will improve your applications or design? Project 2 will add functionality to my design.